Welcome to Invested Souls, the podcast where real estate expertise meets relationship growth.
And we're your hosts, the Flanagans. I'm Brad.
And I'm Jamie. This podcast is your chance to learn from our experiences and follow in our footsteps. Whether you're an entrepreneur, investor, or real estate professional, we've got the insights and strategies to help you elevate your wealth and achieve financial freedom.
But it's not just all about real estate. We believe that thriving in life means nurturing the relationships that matter most.
That's right. We'll be talking about how to balance your personal and professional life so you can create a fulfilling and prosperous future.
So join us on Invested Souls and let's grow together health, relationships, and success.
Ready to elevate your life? Let's get started.
Welcome to Invested Souls.
Hi, everyone. We are back on Invested Souls. And today I am excited to bring on Debbie Balfour. And she's actually an investor in Canada. So it's going to be a really fun conversation to be able to pick your brain about what your experience has been investing and how you help other Canadians invest in real estate and make wins within the business. So thank you so much for coming on, Debbie.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Jamie, for having me.
So tell me a little bit about how you got started in real estate investing and what that looked like and what it looks like today.
So I started late 2019. Although I had a draw towards real estate investing, I think my entire life practically, since I was in my early 20s. You know, my parents were moving from our family home to a new home. And I thought about it at the time and I thought, you know, I should buy it from my parents and then I should, you know, rent it out for roommates. I didn't know that that was house hacking, right, at the time.
Yeah.
Because I was young, because back then there was no internet. You know, so it was hard to get information, understand how to do it. I just let it go because I was like, I don't know if I know all the excuses. I don't know if I'll qualify for a mortgage, don't know how to do this, etc. You know, throughout my life, there were always times in 2008, for instance, I was visiting my mom. She was living in Vegas. And that was when the house crisis, had happened and people were walking away from homes. And she was in a new subdivision there, a gated community. And like she had bought for $143,000 and those homes were selling for like $50,000.
That was in 2009. What year was that?
Yeah, 2008 or 2009, yeah. You know.
My husband and I met in Vegas in 2008.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, we didn't have money to buy a property then, but man, we look back and we're like, if we could have figured it out, we should have.
Well, that's the thing. We thought we didn't have money. That's the whole thing there. And so the same with me. I was like, oh, well, this would be great to have, but I don't know if I'd get how to get a mortgage in the US, etc. And then now thinking back at it, once I learned about real estate investing and all the different ways of getting money and financing it, I could have just written a check actually, because I had tons of equity in my home and I had a home equity line of credit that I could just use. I could have bought like 4 places without blinking, honestly. Oh but yeah, so then in 2016, I did take a 3-day workshop to learn about real estate investing. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. I can't believe you can do this. Is this legal?
Right.
This kind of thing.
Why
didn't I know this before? But my husband came with me and he was like, you know, after that workshop, it was like, okay, you know, there's this membership, pay for coaching, etc. And he pulled me out of there and he says, this is a money grab. You can do it yourself now. And we left and I couldn't do it myself. I couldn't. I had enough information to be dangerous. Like, it's like, where do I start? How, you know, yeah. So then in 2019, my son started being interested in entrepreneurship and he paid to go to this workshop and it's for 2 people. And he had invited his friend and his friend, you know, backed out on him. So I said, well, mom will go with you and I'll help you understand. Cause he was 19. He didn't know what a mortgage was or anything. So I was there helping him. And at the end, well, actually on the 2 days in, they started mentioning the membership, etc. And I was like, I am not walking out of here again. I'm going to do it. So 3 credit cards later, right?
Oh my gosh.
To pay for the membership, but I was not walking out of there because it was calling me So I said, we're going to do this. I'll have him partner with me or whatever. But this was for me. It was my membership. And he was like the second on it. And that's how I got started. And I was on this mission because I had all this time to make up for this. But here's the opportunity lost. Like, well, number one, 3 years I could have been investing,
Right.
and I lost that time. But even the coaching membership had gone up significantly. So what had cost 10,000 back then is now 27,000. So yeah, so it's like, it's that loss. And, people think they can get a little bit of information. They go to webinars, they listen to podcasts, and they think, okay, I can do this myself. But you can't, because you need that person guiding you step by step.
It's the experience that person provides, right? They've lived through the mistakes, and I'm like looking at some of the people even we've helped, and it's like, some of them will mention $1 million. You guys have made me $1 million in the knowledge, and the contractors or the relationships, the banking relationships, those are invaluable.
Exactly. The network that coach is bringing, those connections, all of that, it is invaluable. It speeds things up and it prevents mistakes.
Right.
Right. Of course, I still made lots of my own mistakes.
We all do.
And there were gaps. Tuition. Exactly. And that's what my clients are going to learn from also. But, also there were gaps that I found in that coaching program that I was like, oh, if only it had done this, if only it had done that. So I make sure that I cover those gaps when I'm doing my own with my clients.
I love that. So
yeah,
but you're coaching clients to help them avoid the mistakes and to analyze properties. So tell me a little bit about kind of what that looks like with your program.
So with mine, here's the gap that I found. And when I did market research with a lot of other people that took other programs, those programs were great. They were big networks, right? They were a big network.
That's huge, right?
Almost yeah. That and what a lot of people say is they got very expensive friends, right? Because you came in where you got this big network. But what they didn't do, like they taught a lot of strategies out there, but what they didn't do was help people understand which was right for them. So there's just 20% of people that will grab it and just run with it, which I did. I bought 5 properties in the 1 year. I was making up for this, Jamie. I was making up for time. I invested, did private lending, I did private equities. I did everything in 1 year because I was going to pay for that membership.
Yeah. You're going to make that money back and show your husband, right?
Yeah, I had to justify this to him too. Exactly. So, but what they don't do is, and a lot of people end up running in circles, right? And either running after shiny object, which is not, efficient with their money or time, or they just get stuck. And that's what a lot of them do, analysis paralysis, don't move forward. I don't know what's right for me. So what I do is right at the beginning of my program, I help them understand who they are as an investor first. And this is really important for everybody to do this. It's who are you before you start looking at strategies and investing time in learning those strategies that isn't right for you. Understand who you are first. So how much money do you have available to you? And that's including who can you borrow from, your credit cards, all of those kind of things. How much time do you realistically have? We overestimate how much time we have.
We sure do. I still do. I'm aware of it.
So, don't take on a job, don't take on a strategy of flipping when you've got your kids to take to after school, to events and activities. If you've got, aging parents to look after, if you've got volunteering, you work full time and you do overtime, all these things. So, understand how much time you really have. What skills do you have? And that's transferable skills. What do you do as your hobby? What do you do for volunteering? All these skills, write them down. Don't worry about real estate, but write down these skills because they are transferable. when you're looking at what role are you going to play, and what do you like and what don't you like. Like,
That
what
is
don't
cool.
you like is really, really important. People don't
It's
think about it.
it's so funny because it's the quickest way to burn out. It's like, especially like even like I have some friends flipping houses, and it's like, oh, I'll do that, but then they procrastinate because they don't want to if they
Yeah.
don't like it. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, now you spent a month procrastinating. So the holding costs was literally the exact amount of hiring that out. It was $2,000.
Yes.
You spent $2,000 just not doing it.
Well, that's me with bookkeeping. I hate it.
I hate it too.
Now I've got a VA that's doing it for me monthly, keep me on the right. But I kept thinking it's something I should be able to do. It's easy. It's just putting
Right.
together these receipts and putting it on a spreadsheet. But I don't do it. I leave it until it's tax time.
Because of our real estate investments,
Yeah.
and still procrastinate on bookkeeping. I'm like, we literally have money just sitting in with the IRS, waiting to be sent to us, but we have to file the taxes.
Do it.
And it's all waiting on me to
I'm
finish
an
the
accountant,
bookkeeping.
but it's just like putting together those receipts, getting it all together. I don't like it. I don't like filing, So that sort of things. But also the other part is, what are your values? Do not ever go against your values. So understand what you value and understand what are your non-negotiables. So for me, I don't get into multifamily because I don't want to do renovictions.
We do a lot of evictions in our multifamily.
And I don't like conflict. I don't like conflict, and I don't like the idea of the so understand that about yourself. I also invested in the market when I first started. I couldn't get to it. I started during COVID. I couldn't go there. So I bought there unseen, brand new, and I sold unseen because I didn't, and I'm a control freak, and that's what I learned about what I know about myself. So it was too hard to manage that and like to do when I'm a control freak, and I didn't have a good team there. Yeah. So it's those things. So understand all these things right at the beginning, and then you can look at your strategies.
Yeah.
And then you actually be able to learn the strategies that are right for you, and not necessarily like that you're never going to do that strategy. What's right for you now? Because
and it can
get
evolve.
experience, life changes. Like my kids have moved out from home since I started, so now I have more time. All these different things. Life changes, so then you can learn and pick up another strategy, but get going on what's right for you right now, and don't worry about what other people are posting they're doing.
That's the worst thing to do, is compare yourself to another investor, because you nailed it with, it's like their skill set's different than your skill set. The
amount of money they have, their values, everything are different.
Yeah. So it's not even worth to compare yourself to another investor. And like for Brad and I, tax benefits was the biggest reason that we invested in real estate. And cash flow is important, but for us, we really wanted the depreciation. And so if I could go back in time, I'm like, we couldn't afford bigger properties. So this is kind of irrelevant, but if I could go back, I would have bought a little bit higher priced houses because we were looking for the depreciation, and it would have been less to manage with a higher volume with less doors. And commercial, obviously, like in the US, you depreciate it over a longer period of time. So like the apartment building is more headache, and it depreciates slower.
Yes.
So like when we have 3 apartment buildings, but if going back, I probably it's not that I don't love the apartments, because we bought apartment buildings that needed a lot of work. So they were a lot of work. Like we had to update them, get tenants out to update them, raise rents. Like it was the most strenuous, expensive headache process that I've ever been through in the investing world. But now looking back, we're like, wow, we've got a lot of equity, and we were able to buy a lot more properties because we were able to utilize the equity that we built in it.
Yes.
Now I've never gone back and calculated if we would have just done it the same way with single family homes, could we have accomplished the same equity? I don't know, but I haven't actually calculated that. But it is like the headache factor with apartments is totally different. Like I love single family homes, and it's like my husband's pretty hands off with the investing side of it. He's the money guy. Like he helps us get the loans. He negotiates the best terms for our financing. But when we're actually talking about like the, the day to day that falls on me. I manage the property manager and the contractors and all that. And the apartments are hard. There's
They
no
are
sugarcoating
hard
it.
work.
They're
So
hard.
I understand. So that's what I mean. It's people's preferences. Other people, and it's great because they grow faster. It does diversify. Like if like one property, if I can't rent it out, that's it.
100%,
Right?
right.
Whereas as opposed to you've got this multifamily, you've got multiple units there. So if a few are vacant, it's not, you're still generating money.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Totally.
and a lot of people say that, that the amount of work you're going to do for a single family, you might as well do it for, it's, it's the same thing for a multifamily. So you might as well have more units in it.
Yes.
But
Yep.
it's like, but it like I said, it depends on your preference. So whenever I speak to people, it's like, what should I invest in? Or, the people will, wanting to learn about what I'm doing. So what would you say is the best investment? I always say it depends.
Like, it totally depends on the person.
It depends on you.
Yeah.
And something else that I learned too, and I tell people all the time, is think about, we always think in 10 years when we get all this money from real estate investing, we're going to do blah, blah, blah. We're going to buy this vacation home somewhere, in the world, or, I want to do this, or I want to do that. But I say, think about what it is you want to do. And can you start bringing it into the strategy today? Right? Why wait for that vacation home in Greece?
Right.
Why not make it part of your strategy now?
Yes.
Like because I lost my dad at 57, and this is another reason why I started investing.
Oh,
When I hit 50, I'm like, my dad died 7 years from now, for me, and I was like, and time is, I wanted back my time. I wanted time to spend with those that I love, because my dad kept saying, well, when I retire, I'm going to do this. And when I retire, I'm going to do that. And he
yeah.
never got to retire. So that's it. Tomorrow is not promised.
Right.
So, like, why are you putting off for tomorrow in your planning? Like, what are things you can start doing today? Maybe you can't buy that house right this minute, right? But can you start looking in what's the requirements for Greece? Like,
Yeah.
let's go there.
Totally. Research.
Yeah, start doing those things now so that it's not in 10 years. Because that was the thing, that realization I came to, because during COVID, when we were locked down, we couldn't go anywhere. I was like, oh, if only I had a vacation home. Oh, but I have to wait 5 years before I get that vacation home. That was a limitation I put on myself. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In 5 years, when I got this money. And then I was so desperate to go somewhere that one morning I, woke up. Of course, that's when our alpha waves are
Yeah.
I woke up going, why am I waiting until 5 years? This is what I do. Why don't I get a vacation property for us that we can go to when we want, and then we make it short-term rental and rent it out and have other people help us pay for it.
So
And
do you have
that's
a property in Greece?
No, it's not in Greece. It's
Okay.
3 hours away, but it's here in Canada, right? But we couldn't fly, right? But we could drive there, and I wanted something in our lake country kind of area, and I manifested that view. That's what I manifested.
Oh,
this
I love that.
And I found the place, and we got it. Like, I didn't run any numbers though, Jamie. It was like an emotional buy.
So has it worked out?
I mean, I've got to balance the vacancies, and we've had government regulations change things, but it's a place we know that we can go to. And I do have other people paying for it. It's our retirement home too. So it's all.
Love that.
Yeah.
And that's a lifestyle buy, right? Like that's something that improved your lifestyle. And even if it wasn't 100% paid for by others, it's like, it reduces your cost to have that property immensely.
Giving back, it's so exciting when my kids can come with me, and where I can let them go and they get to enjoy it. And like, we went together, my two boys and myself. My husband was working, and one of my sons brought his friend, and they were able to go out, and they were jet skiing, and they were playing
Send me a link to the property so we can put it in the description, the notes.
Yeah, it's now I can only do like 30-day plus on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so they were like, and being able to give them that, right? So I'm already, they don't have to wait until I die, right?
Right. They can use it now.
I want to give them it now. I can see that they're enjoying it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So,
Oh, that's magical.
and the same thing with giving back to society. So that's the other thing I ask people to think about is, what do you want to give back into your community, to society? And can those things be part, is it possible to be part of your strategy? Some aren't.
Yeah.
But, you know, are you passionate about senior living, like seniors, right? Can you make your rentals senior, or, you know, make,
Right.
like, have it be, that's your ideal client? Are you worried about children? Your children are going to college, and you're worried about them not having safe place, and you realize that there's a lot of stuff, places out there that are not safe, and they're dingy, and they're paying a lot of money. Do you want to, maybe that's your strategy. You know, maybe you've had family or friends that have OD'd and, you know, have addictions, right? Maybe you want to provide a sober living safe place for those kind of things. So
yeah, that's
there's some
great.
things that can be incorporated into your strategy.
Yeah, those are really good. Yeah, your niche. What's your niche going to be?
Yeah, but it's not just, people think of it as just like, oh, I'm going to do buy and holds, but you can refine it to make it yours, that's unique to you. Like your short-term rent, you want to do short-term rentals. Well, what do you want to do with that? Like I used to work on cruise ships. So to me, like having my short-term rentals be, which got kibosh because of regulations there. But, you know, my idea, what I wanted to do was started offering private chefs, or like somebody that will come, somebody that will come and do yoga on my big deck overlooking the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, those kind of things. But you can offer amenities. Like, what do you enjoy? How do you see it? You make it your own.
Yes. Oh, I love that so much. I've always wanted to have like a retreat center. I used to own a salon and spa, and so I have a big heart for the spa industry. And then the retreats, like there's all these marriage retreats, but they're so heavy. Like you leave and it's like, okay, did that really help us, or did we just unbox a bunch of crap that we now don't know how to really deal with at home? Because you go home. But I was like, there should be a retreat for married couples that's like, it's playful.
Yes.
Like it's 100% playful, and there is none of this unboxing of there is a place for the unboxing of the emotional stuff, but like, can we make it a retreat where we're reminding ourselves why we fell in love versus all the crap that came up in between?
Yeah, but the fun times we had, and getting back to that. Yeah, you know, so this is the thing. So I hear people say those, like I've had clients that come to me and say, my dream is to have this farm. Why can't you put it into your strategy? What is it going to take for you to get that farm? Yep. Can you get it? And maybe you're not living in it right now, but you're buying a farm that you're going to rent out.
Yeah.
Right? These kind of.
Totally. Yeah. There's a way. There is a way. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, definitely.
So what would you say is like the one piece of advice, book, podcast, mentor, that if somebody's just starting out, that they could listen to, or maybe it's just a piece of advice versus another piece of content?
I think that it's what I'm preaching right now is to first, don't worry about, like, it's great to listen to all these podcasts because I interview people, because what I want to share with people is that what other people's journey is like. Yep. You can take bits, but the thing is that first understand what you like and what you don't like. And then you do the learning, you listen to what other people are saying, but you don't do it because you think, oh, they're doing this, I should do this. Right. But you think, oh, that's a good idea. And that's a good idea. And that's a good idea. And then you incorporate it into your strategy that makes it unique to you. So, because I listen to other people, adding a vending machine and
it's so funny. That came up recently for me too.
Those kind of things, like, so you get those ideas of bits and pieces that they're doing, but your journey doesn't have to be theirs.
Yeah.
Right. So I think
love
that's what I want everybody to learn. Like, stop thinking that you need to be doing what everybody else is doing. Stop being, Baskin Robbins. Remember, they used to have like the flavor of the month, like they've got
Yeah.
all the flavors. And it's like there's certain things that are like the flavor of the month when it comes to real estate investment. Everybody's doing this, so everybody starts. Right
Yeah.
now it's multifamily, and here in Canada, it's investing in the U.S. So there's these two, and it's like everybody, I should be doing this because everybody else is doing it,
Yeah.
right? But stop with that,
Right.
and think
Really
about,
evaluate things for yourself.
yeah.
Yep. Oh, I love that. And what's the best way for people to connect with you? Social media, Facebook?
So yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, Debbie Balfour. I have another profile. It's Deborah Balfour. That's friends and family. So Debbie Balfour is the
Perfect.
one.
All
REI
right. So
code.
we will drop all your contact information in the show notes, and then definitely connect with Debbie, check out her mentorship, and very much thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for tuning in to Invested Souls.
We hope you found our insights valuable and feel inspired to elevate your real estate and relationship goals.
If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Your feedback means a lot to us.
Follow us on social media for more tips and updates, or visit bradandjamieflanagan.com. And to find out more about our Real Estate Wealth Accelerator, don't hesitate to reach out.
Until next time, keep investing in your future and nurturing your relationships.
Thanks for listening to Invested Souls.